Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you all about inventory management purchase orders in ShippingEasy. Being in charge of inventory management, you're probably familiar with purchase orders, but just to make sure we're all on the same page, what is a purchase order? Basically, when you order new inventory from your supplier, you do it via a purchase order that includes details like supplier SKU, quantity, and unit cost of items you'd like to reorder. Today we're going to go over all the different ways you can create purchase orders in ShippingEasy to quickly order more inventory. This also makes it easy for you to accept new stock into ShippingEasy when it arrives and maintain your unified stock levels across all sales channels. Now we wanted to make sure you're aware of the best way to create a purchase order that fits your needs, so I'm going to show you all 4 methods today. Before you can use any of them, however, you must have a supplier created. See my video on adding suppliers to your inventory system before continuing with this video to create a purchase order. Once we have our suppliers in place and we get an alert from ShippingEasy that we have low stock, that means it's time to re-up our stock. See our low stock thresholds video to see how to set up these alerts. To create a purchase order, hover over Inventory on the blue bar at the top and select Purchase Orders. This page will show you all your current and past purchase orders. That includes saved and archived, to be completed, edited, or canceled, but they can also be created here. Let's walk through the life cycle of a purchase order created from this page, then I'll show you where else it can be done and what's different about it. To start, click the Create Purchase Order button at the top of the screen here. We're going to see this screen a few times during this video, but I started here because we get the completely blank purchase order creation form here, and we can walk through adding each required part. Up top here, we have the Supplier dropdown. As this text here says, you can only use already created suppliers. Check out the video on your screen for more info on creating suppliers. Now, let's say I'm out of golf balls, so I'll select my golf ball supplier from the list here, and we see the information auto-populate. We're going to skip the delivery info section, as we won't have that until we get a reply from the supplier that our stock is on the way. So we'll go down to the bottom here, to the meat and potatoes of our purchase order, the products. Type in the SKU or name of the product in this field here, and you see the autocomplete pop up. Select the SKU we're adding to the purchase order, and it automatically fills the rest of the information here. If you have your wholesale price saved to this product's details, it will populate the unit cost here. If not, just fill that in along with the quantity that you're ordering today. Repeat that for each SKU you're ordering from this particular supplier. Add any notes, and then hit the Create Purchase Order button at the bottom. Now we have our fancy looking purchase order fully made, ready to send to our supplier. Our next stop is the Actions button, under which we have the options to email the purchase order, download as PDF, edit, or close. Edit is if we want to make changes, and close is if we want to close it out without marking the stock as received. The top 2 options are what allow us to notify the supplier. Email is pretty straightforward. When you set up a supplier, you provide a contact email. Selecting Email PO will send the purchase order directly to that contact's email. Open PDF is for those situations where the purchase order needs to be sent some way other than email. You can print the PDF and mail it to them if that's what they need, or even fax it if required. So let's say then you email this off to your supplier, and they ship you your inventory. The first thing you want to do when that happens is to edit the purchase order to add the expected delivery date, carrier, shipping method, and tracking number if you have it. This allows you to easily track all purchase orders in one place, no more sorting through papers or emails to find a tracking number. But what do you do when your new stock arrives? Well, we turn to our friends the Receive buttons. If you only receive some of the product for whatever reason, click the Receive Partial button. Where it says New here, it's asking for the new number to put in the Received column. So if I only received 5 out of these 10 golf balls, I can put 5 here and hit Receive Items. This adds 5 to the received columns and updates the stock level for that SKU by 5. Note that this also updates the status of the purchase order to partial, which just means there's more stock to be received. Once all the product I ordered is here, I can just go ahead and click the big green Receive All button. This moves all the stock from requested to received, updates the stock levels for this SKU to include the new product, and updates the purchase order to complete. So if you manage your purchase orders completely within the ShippingEasy Inventory Management System, you never have to manually update stock levels again, as it's all handled automatically via purchase orders. How cool is that? Okay, so now you know how to create a purchase order from scratch all the way through receiving stock. But purchase orders can be created from almost anywhere in the ShippingEasy Inventory Management System. I'm going to quickly show you 3 other ways and how they differ from the standard method we already saw. Let's go to the Suppliers page by hovering over Inventory on the blue bar at the top and selecting Suppliers. Click on the supplier that has the product you wish to order, and go down to the products you have associated with this supplier. When you click the Create button under the Purchase Orders column, it will pop up the purchase order creation screen. But this time, it's already got the supplier information filled in, as well as the SKU associated with the Create button you clicked. You'll still need to fill out the quantity you want and the unit cost if it's not saved to the product. Everything else, though, works exactly the same. And of course, you can always add additional products from the same supplier to this purchase order using this box here. Now, there are 2 more ways to create purchase orders within ShippingEasy, and they both start on the Products page this time. So let's go there by hovering over Inventory on the blue bar and selecting Products. The advantage when creating purchase orders from this page is that we can select multiple SKUs and add them all to the purchase order at the same time. We can also make use of our filters on the left side of the screen here, the most handy being the low stock filter. Be sure to turn on the supplier filter as well, so we can focus on creating a purchase order for one supplier at a time. So I select all low stock items from my supplier and click the Create Purchase Order button. Because we had the supplier filter on, the supplier is already filled out, and every SKU we had is added to the bottom section. All we need to do is fill out unit cost and quantity. Pretty easy. Note, if you don't have low stock threshold set up, you can watch my low stock threshold video here. The last way to create a purchase order is from the Product Details screen. To get there, we go back to the product catalog, locate the product you want to order, click on the SKU or product name to open the details, and go to the Suppliers tab. If you've added your suppliers to this product already, just click the Create button under the Purchase Orders column. It will create a purchase order just like the main products page, except it will only have the single SKU added to the bottom. However, you can add more along with it here. So that's all the different ways to create a purchase order within the ShippingEasy Inventory Management System. You can find the support article on this topic by clicking the Help Center in the bottom right and searching Create Purchase Order. Click the first result entitled How to Create a Purchase Order. This little square opens it up in a new tab. And there you go. Thanks so much for watching, everyone.